And now, live and direct. Well,
Two crackers united for West Compton.
what did he say?
I got that in Basque. Got the Japanese have a nice day. There's a gentleman in Africa who's going to do a Swahili version of I don't want Ubenza angry at me.
I almost spit out my coffee.
It's coming together.
Yeah. So I think audio's fine. I mean, why make it complicated?
Right. We could do little video clips on a YouTube channel to tease what the episode is or something. I don't know.
Well, right now we have it all stored in the cloud. So if we decide we want to use it in video form, we can.
And I've downloaded everything. So I also have it locally and in the cloud. So we're good there. That's good to hear.
So one of the things I have to do is I have 2 podcasts of my own that are in the can that need to get uploaded.
All right.
So thank you for hosting me, by the way.
You're welcome. The gentleman in Africa, I'm going to pay him $15. There's probably going to be another $10 to $15 for the Yiddish phrase. I'm good covering it, but you said you really wanted to be careful when this stuff starts happening.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to be able to reimburse you, but I'm not able to right now. I'm really on the edge right now. So
We're good.
okay, good.
I'm really hoping this proves to be a financial revenue stream for us.
Will it? It could.
It could. And you and I could walk on water. Those are all possibilities.
I've already done that.
It reminds me of that Who song, before we walk on the water, lay your money down.
Oh. Yeah. It was funny because we were driving through Freeland and there was a sign for evangelical free church. And I'm like, we were trying to figure out what they meant.
Yeah.
Was it that it was free evangelicals?
Yeah.
Or was it evangelical, but we don't hustle you for money?
Or more likely, so often they say, like, we don't hustle you for money. We just ask you. And if you don't want to pay us, that's okay. But we ask you a lot.
So why would you put free on your sign? Like, what about evangelical and church needs to be free, that it's just not obvious that it's free?
It's just good advertising.
There's the spiritual part too, like free.
Yeah, that's true. And evangelical free church. I kind of lean towards there's no evangelical in this church. It is free of all evangelical.
And why even bother? Why just put like church?
Right. Hashtag church. Like when that was Snoop's phrase, church.
Well, I'll say this for him. I still feel like going in there to find out.
All right, see?
So it's working.
It's working. Yeah. You walk in, that'll be $10. Wait, it says free. Yeah, there's no evangelicals here, but it costs $10.
That's what you're paying for. It reminds me of the Python thing. Like, I came here for an argument. Yeah, oh, that's down the hall.
This is just, what was it? This is just, what's the word where you just say yes, no, yes, no? This isn't an argument. It's just
contradiction.
Contradiction. Thank you.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Oh, there you did it. Oh, that's the one where he goes in. He goes, "Get the you stupid git!"
Talk about Monty Python.
Oh, remember when he goes in the room and he goes, "You stupid git! I came here for an argument." Oh, sorry, this is abuse argument.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just watched the documentary about their performances at O2.
Wasn't that at the Greek in LA?
Well, they did a Greek thing too, but this was their O2 performances that were the most recent
Oh, yeah, the big
in
one.
England.
Was everyone alive?
Well, everyone except for the guy that the one who's dead. Um,
I think there's more than one dead now. I think.
really?
I think so.
No, I think it's just the one. I wish I remembered his name.
Graham Chapman.
Yes, yeah, he's the one that's dead.
Okay.
And as far as I know, they're
Michael
all.
Palin is alive.
Uh-huh.
Terry Gilliam's alive.
Yep. Yep. So the title of the show was One Down, Five to Go.
Like it. They're funny guys.
Yes, but we're funnier.
So far.
We may not be as popular,
I
but we don't have to resort to funny walks or British accents to be funny.
don't think they were resorting to those.
Oh, come on.
I think the
Nobody really
British accent
that.
was a given, and the silly walk was a well-conceived skit.
Okay. What are you implying?
That were 90 yards short of a touchdown.
And someone just called off sides.
And we got both footballs in one statement.
We're in a goal line stand, but we're at the wrong end of the field.
We're in the red zone. Your red zone.
Stop!
All righty.
All right, let's do a round of free association.
Okay.
All right, you start. Give me something funny to say.
Is that what free association is?
Bottle brush.
Palm tree.
Hair dye.
Hindu.
Macrame.
Macaroni.
Cheese.
Excuse me. This is our lowest podcast yet.
It's all up from here.
Yeah, maybe we should call this the end of this one, and better luck next week.
Wow, you give up so easily.
That's my forte. That's my strong suit.
No one ever knows.
I don't stick around to talk about it.
Oh. Well, Greg, I know that you've got some auditions you've been doing. How have those auditions been going?
Well, I got one tonight that I have done zero prep for. I need a 90-second monologue memorized by 5 o'clock tonight, along with the work that I've promised people. And
What's the theme of the monologue? Do you
it's
need
for
to?
a play that's going to be performed online, so that's kind of interesting. I think it's for children. It's a takeoff on 12 Angry Men. And the character I'm going for is one of the jury guys, and he thinks he could have been a lawyer. He thinks he's got this legal thing all figured out.
So you're going to be perhaps playing a character that thinks he could teach daycare and he's got daycare all figured out?
No, I'm going to be a character. You mean for the monologue?
Well, it's a child's version of 12 Angry Men, you said.
Yeah, I don't, but it's a courtroom thing. I think it's going to be a child's performance because I just went and looked at the company real quick, and it kind of had like a
You're going to be
school.
performing for children.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, I got the impression that you were performing characters that were
Oh,
children.
no. I think it's going to be performing for children.
Now, well, that puts a whole nother light on it.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't do you any good to do the like actual monologue from 12 Angry Men, would it?
Possibly. I am looking for like a legal monologue. And what's funny, check this out. So Bodie and I went camping this last weekend. I had printed out 3 monologues that I was going to check out while we were camping and tucked them into my notebook. She remembers distinctly putting her glasses that she wears sometimes into her stuff camping. I couldn't find my monologue. She can't find her glasses. They're gone. They disappeared. I know.
It's a pretty classic screenplay slash play, The 12 Angry Men. What would you say the theme of it is?
I don't really know. Like I don't know the play. I know the play exists. I kind of know the bit of the premise. I think I've seen clips from the movie they made of it, but I don't really know the play.
Hmm. So it's kind of like we'd be lucky if we had 12 angry men listening to our podcast.
We'd be lucky if we had 12. I don't know.
So if you're listening to this, please send us 12 angry emails, even if there's only one of you.
Yeah,
It
just
will
send your
very much
angry
help our
emails.
sense of
Well,
ego.
hey, what do you think of the Supreme Court listening to this case about Roe versus Wade?
Well, since I've been basically on a media fast, I don't know anything about it. Fill me in.
That's about all I know. There's a case going before the Supreme Court, the federal Supreme Court, that's potentially going to overturn Roe versus Wade.
So that sounds like headline clickbait to me, right? Could potentially overturn Roe v. Wade. Obviously that was the thing that people were concerned about when the Trump administration put 3 people on the court.
Mhm.
Makes sense that's. But is this a case that could actually overturn Roe v. Wade?
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's just the media trying to position it as that to get people to pay attention. It's hard to
From
know.
what little I've looked into it, I know that Roe versus Wade is in the headline.
Right. That much is clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
It starts up a whole, kind of debate about, what are states' rights. And I think that's probably more the issue. It's not that Roe v. Wade itself is going to be under fire. It's that certain states can make it illegal if they want. That's my guess is what's going to happen based on not knowing anything.
Right.
I'm very good at making up stuff about stuff that I don't know anything about. So try me,
Everyone is. Everyone is really good
but
at
I'm really good at it. Try me. Like,
that. Okay. What do you know about the low G technology behind webcams?
you mean the Logitech?
Low G.
Well, obviously nothing.
Well, you're not very good.
Well, if more people said I don't know, we'd all be much better.
As a pretend expert, you don't pretend very well. Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that. That
I'm
is
not
real.
pretending. I actually am pretty good at what. So what is low G tech?
It's what it says on this webcam I'm looking at.
Yeah, so that's the brand. It's called the Logitech. That's the brand. Like I
It says
said,
low G. That's
Logitech.
like saying Gregory is the brand, and it just says Greg because he goes by Greg, but Gregory is his brand. Okay, that's on point. That's real. Sorry, I take everything back that I've said for the last 2 minutes. Everything back. Everything.
Good.
Thank you.
See, I knew with my first answer. For those of you who want to rewind, you can check it out. I said, "Oh, Logitech. They make webcams. What did you want to know about them?" And Greg didn't even know. Anyway, now that I'm through feeling superior when I'm actually inferior.
No, we can't go there. We are superior. Superior furrowed brow of Mark Wendt.
Yes. I left a lot of emotional baggage behind, but now I have more bags under my eyes.
Sorry to hear that.
I don't know. It's the lighting, I think.
Yeah, it's because it's fake lighting.
Well, the lighting's real, but the background's fake. For those of you who aren't looking at us right now, I'm coming through this conversation on a Zoom call with a background that I use that's not my live background because I'm traveling, and I wanted my coaching clients to be able to recognize me as if I'm in the space I'm usually at because it makes them calmer.
We
Keeps them more
filled them in.
relaxed.
We filled them in on that last
You
episode.
mean I just said a double redundancy twice?
Yeah, if it was funny, it would have been a callback.
Well, at least you saved the day.
I'm
So, do you think you're going to ace this audition?
gonna do it because I really am, like I'm close to canceling because I've like got zero preparation. My plan is to get all my work done by 2 and put in 3 hours of prep for the monologue.
So you can't do like teleprompter and get away with it.
I don't want to.
That would be out of integrity for yourself.
It's kind of good. Yeah, I could hang it right behind the webcam here.
Better
Can
than
you
quitting
tell
or
I'm
better
reading
than
right
quitting?
now? Does this look like I'm reading something?
Well, the whole point of the teleprompter is to get the cue and then return your attention to the thing and not have it be as if you read it, but just be able to give yourself some kind of memory cue to help you if you get lost. You can just be like, and then go back. For those of you who missed that, I looked away, bewildered, and then looked back at the camera. I think this is fun. This is like it's kind of like shadow storytelling where people try to figure out what our expressions are and what we look like when all we really need to do is put it on YouTube. But that
I
wouldn't
think anyone who's still listening to this episode is probably had a
my
frontal
mom.
lobotomy and they're just sitting in their chair drooling into a cup. They're a ghost from the 1800s.
On a pirate ship from a Saturday Night Live skit
Yeah. Did Saturday Night Live have a pirate ship ever?
with drooling cups.
Really?
Yep.
Didn't know that episode.
Yeah. See, now we've actually done something good. We've created an educational resource about old Saturday Night Live skits.
What was the cast?
I think it was in Belushi days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Notice that he's like his whole own epoch. We don't say, you know, Aykroyd days
Right.
or Chevy Chase days. Although I read an article about Chevy Chase being such a major force in the cast. He was the first guy to make movies, and then a lot of people were really resentful and didn't like hanging out with him because of his pomposity and egocentric behavior.
Yes. That is a well distributed piece of information about Mr. Chase. And that
No wonder people were constantly pushing him over and knocking him down.
well, that was the other thing too, is even when he was on the show, all the articles that started coming out were like, Chevy Chase instead of Saturday Night Live. Yeah, he blew up. He blew up huge.
For those of you who are interested in the ancient archival history of Saturday Night Live, go back 45 years and watch Chevy Chase do his
God,
thing.
has it been 45 years? 77? Is that when they started?
Yeah, so 2017 would have been 40 years.
Wow.
Yep, these bags are under our eyes. We earned them, Greg.
So sad.
No, I'm happy. I made it through another year.
Why, when's your birthday?
Oh, that's not my birthday that matters. It's just, I just keep looking at it as like, I was thinking today like how I could create like um, old boho yoga like Monday morning or like a weekly like thing where all the old bohos get together on Zoom and do old guy yoga together.
That
Because
would
I realized like, okay, there's a group that's my age group. I'm in my late 50s. How do I get a hold of those guys and motivate them to come stretch with me? They could all use it, I'm sure. We could do Roger Daltrey yoga where we play Who tracks while we do yoga.
Hey, you said you have 2 episodes of your own podcast in the can, right?
Yep. Well,
You-
yeah, I have the interviews recorded and I have one outputted and the other I'm still mixing and editing. What about them?
I was just thinking, so you're going to schedule them out, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to dump them the same day. Yeah. I'm going to try to get back to being monthly.
Call it your period episodes. Mark's monthly podcast. Period episodes with Mark. A man
28
feels
days,
into his
35
body.
days, whenever it's ready.
The cycle of the moon with Mark.
That would be 28 days. That would be a very ambitious schedule for me.
Uh, yeah, I find that once a month is a very, it's like it's got its pressures for sure.
But it's not that hard,
Well,
except I
not
can't do
that
it,
easy.
apparently.
Yeah, it's not easy. It isn't. And there is
Well, I
an
admire
element.
you for taking on this too, as well.
Oh, this is easy. Easy peasy. Hey, speaking of this, like, do you want me to send you a mix of the opening and then like you can fuck with it if you want and
Did you get music going too? Oh yeah, we've got music.
Jonah's piece?
Jonah's piece. Yeah. Well, I trust you. I think you mix fine. I don't see any reason. Like, let's just go ahead and have you launch, and you don't have to like. I wouldn't run it by me at all.
Well, I'm gonna run it by you because
Okay,
once it launches, that's it.
it's not coming back. Okay.
Not coming back.
All right. Well, I will when I get the notification. I will sit down and listen to it and make sure that anything untoward is kept in and the good stuff is cut out.
And I'm kind of grateful. Like we might not even make June for a launch, but I'm kind of grateful that we got these in the can and we can schedule them and kind of, you know, have that buffer.
Well, I'd really like to make a date in early June with you to sit down with you person to person since we're both vaccinated now and actually have a moment of personal interaction.
Right. Be awesome if I hear June 18th, California is opening up, no masks, people. So like maybe Whale Coffee would be
Perfect.
open. Yeah.
I've already been there twice.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they
They
open?
opened up their back section. The pinball machines are available again.
I did.
Hmm.
There's one in Tam Junction too, and they have pinball machines. Pinball is so good. You ever been to the Pinball Museum in Emory? What's the island in the East Bay? Alameda.
No, I haven't been there.
Fucking awesome. If anything comes out of this episode, it's that everyone should make the religious mecca to the museum, Pinball Museum on Alameda Island in the East Bay and spend a day there playing pinball.
And apologies to all Muslims everywhere for that way that they.
Why? They should be going too. I apologize to no one. Make that religious
That
to
religious pilgrimage.
Mecca to Pill Pinball Museum, to Pillsbury Doughboys to the Pinball Museum. Yeah,
Hmm.
this ain't no jihad. This ain't no gumball. This ain't no fooling around.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait till we do the episode where all the troops are out of Afghanistan.
I can't wait till we do the episode where everyone fucking shuts the fuck up in the Middle East.
Yeah.
And from what I hear, I would like to believe that 96% of the people there just want to live together. And you've got these 4% that are
Own stock in
politically,
military weapon supplies.
yeah, and they're in charge of the politics and they're just creating chaos and
Yeah.
Animal Farm.
Well, I believe in the possibility of a resolution of this long held, you know, war and discussion and problem. And I'd love to see it all sort of work itself out.
I want to start singing a folk song behind you as you keep talking.
Kumbaya, my
No, 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 no,
love,
no.
kumbaya.
Last night I had a dream. You know that one?
Nope.
It's the one where, where no one showed up to war. I think it's a
Oh,
Simon
oh, oh.
Garfunkel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I know the one you mean. I think that's by Phil Oakes.
Is it?
I'm not sure.
And everyone did it.
Yeah. Well, this is a great place to leave it. A wish for peace We could all use a little piece,
I
and
love the peace.
yeah,
We
um,
all want a little peace.
that's right. Just a little piece. That's all it would take. Calm the hell down, everybody.
Oh,
Imagine what we could do if we put our money and our energies into something else. How about we say it this way? Imagine what we will do when we put our money and our energies into something else. I
colonize
can,
Mars.
okay, have fun up there. I hear
And
Kanye's already been appointed Emperor of Mars.
shouldn't it be a Native American? Oh, bad joke. Bad joke.
Hmm.
The red planet.
Well, maybe they'll be the first medicine circle on Mars.
Right. And maybe the aliens will go, well, maybe they're starting to learn. All right, let's go say hello for real this time.
They've already come to say hello.
Well, I don't know that they came to say hello. They definitely came to fuck around a bit.
Check us out.
It's like we're an empty parking lot to them, and they just come here, do donuts. Yeah, fuck yeah. Should we be worried about all those little living creatures? Oh, they're little ants, man. They're nothing. Yeah.
Well, and so concludes another episode.
Two quackers.
What did he just say?